I want to thank you all for hanging around me today. Thanks for sticking around today. Joseph James, School of Trade, our live trade room. We are just about to wrap up our day here, folks, with the members and the guests today. Very, very good day here in the markets. It's a Tuesday morning. Before we talk about these trades we took today, everybody, want to remind you guys here, there's risk out there in these markets. All right, summertime trading, any time of the year, really. There's lots of opportunity to make money, but there's also lots of opportunity to really dig yourself into a bad set of habits. Losing your trade account for the first time in your career is never fun. So I'm not one of those traders that believes that everyone has to blow out a couple accounts before they get successful. I had to, obviously. We didn't have trade rooms. We didn't have webinars when I was a new trader. So don't buy into that whole idea that everyone's going to pay their tuition to the market, so to speak. I'm a big believer that anybody can trade this method. Anybody can trade all year round. Just got to be aware of the reality. And this morning, again, take some time. Think about the risk capital you have for your trading. One of the keys to our success today was coming in and identifying, first of all, it's a summertime trading day. So we put together our rules. We put together our plan of attack. And we ended up making some great money today. The best thing about today was that we had two big fast track winning trades. Let's take a look at one of them right now. And this trade today, one of our fast track trades, I want to review this because this was ultimately just the perfect example of why we like the fast tracks. Now, before we talk about the trade itself, remember, what is the fast track method? The fast track method is the simplest version of our advanced method. It uses limit orders. It uses one stop, one target. I will provide additional targets for the members out there that want to scale out of their trades. But the way that we train on the fast track, we do trainings all the time on this with our members in the training sessions. And we're going to teach you every little intricate detail of the fast track. Well, this morning, we identified a wave pattern. The wave pattern showed up on a 21 range chart. And this 21 range chart, which of course will highlight up top here, the 21 range chart, you can see it listed up top. I'm also going to use a combination of my time and sales down bottom. I'm going to use my pace of tape indicator right above it, the pace of tape. Okay. I'm going to use momentum in the lower right-hand corner. These are all very, very basic things that we use. So this morning, what we saw was we saw the sellers that had failed at the top of this bearish channel. When we made new higher highs, we decided to use our wave pattern. I immediately announced in real time the exact entries, the exact stops, and the exact targets. And you can see by looking at this screen here, upper right-hand corner, you can see I announced 70 long, targets at 82 and 93. Now, we got all the way to 82. Did we get to 93? I don't believe we did. I don't think we did on this one. Go back and see the real chart here. Yep, we never went to 93, so that was a one target winner for 12 ticks per contract. The key to this was, and the reason why I want to go over it today, was not the amount of money we made on this trade, but look at the reality of what happened. We got a new higher high. We pulled right back to the trigger line. Perfect structure of the pattern itself. Then head down to momentum. The momentum, as you can see here, has gone lower and curled up. Notice the green background. The green background means that multiple time frames are confirming this move. When I see green background, see that right there? When I see oversold and green like this, I know I want to get long. But I need to get a trigger. Now, I gave all the members in the trade room today the exact entries so you could leave your limit order sitting there at 70. Okay, it's that easy. It's that easy to trade this with me. I gave you the exact entry on this. So put your limit order at 70. And once momentum confirms, that's when your order goes on the tape. Now, to confirm for maybe a scalper or somebody who's not on the fast track, this was absolutely perfect example today. Notice the speed indicator. The speed indicator down bottom is rising. See how it's rising? It's getting higher. okay, going from red to yellow to green. So speed is rising. Now, rising speed tells me that more people are interested in whatever's happening right now. So the speed indicator doesn't really tell me much besides the fact that I should be looking for who's in control. So the speed picks up, and immediately I think to myself, wow, somebody clearly is interested in this price. But how do I know who that somebody is? Because this doesn't show me contracts. This doesn't show me buyers. What does show me buyers or sellers? Right above it. Right above it, right? So we then go to the time and sales window. Now, I didn't grab a snapshot of this until it was a little bit too late, but the buyers had piled on to this time and sales window. Okay, if I could show you the 5 or 6 seconds before that too, it was all green. So the key to this trade was that the location of the pattern was great. We made a new higher high, wave pattern long. Momentum confirmed. That gave the fast track traders the trigger to put their limit order on. The speed picked up. When the speed picks up, it tells me something's coming. And then the time and sales window. I read the time and sales. It tells me what's coming. Location, momentum, speed, reading tape. Does this sound like something that you can learn? Absolutely. Momentum, time and sales, trend lines. These are all the most basic fundamentals that every professional trader will use. Notice, no fancy-dancy indicators. I don't need a bunch of gizmos and gadgets. A professional trader understands it's price action you want to learn. And then here was another one today. Right? Here was one more. This one, a much better trade today for us. What do you see here right away? What's the biggest thing I see first in this chart? This is another fast track trade and another example of me giving you the exact entries and all the targets that got filled. This was a monster. This was over 50 ticks for that winner today. That was my biggest trade you can see today on crude. A fantastic fast track trade. If you had one contract, you can choose to take the first target or the last target. And we'll go over that in training with our members. The big clue I see on this one though right now is the previous low of day. This is one of the reasons why we expect the crude oil to finish all the way around 90 this afternoon. Because when we saw crude go below the previous low of day and then whoop, they slip it up, the buyers grab hold of it. Well, of course, I got long on this when we broke above the 21s twice, one of which, of course, is the fast track. We went 20s to 32s, up to 45s at the top of the channel, up to 63s, which is 5 ticks below. We almost made it all the way up to 95. Couldn't quite get there, though. So another fast track trade, another great example of exact entries, stops, and targets that we provide to everybody in this live trade room every single day. Now, if you're sitting here right now and you're wondering, I'm on a trial right now, will this method make me money? Is this where I want to put my trading career? You want to ask yourself, can you come in a couple times a week, couple hours? I don't need every day. If so, wonderful. Do you have a consistent internet connection? If so, great. Move on to the next question. Can you place a limit order? When I say entry long here, can you place your limit order there? Basically using my trade calls. If you can do that, if you can give me at least, we'll say 4 or 5 hours a week of learning, if you can give me a consistent internet connection, right? Just needs to be consistent, doesn't need to be fast. And at the same time, if you can place a limit order to get in exactly where I tell you to, guys, you can trade this method. If you're a member right now, don't forget, reviewing our trades is so important every day. Make sure as a member you review those trades. If you're a guest right now, don't forget to inquire with our membership team about a private one-on-one with me before you guys join up. I want to wish you guys a great Tuesday here, another great day here, over 100 ticks of profit today here in the room.